What a show that was. Guys, if you want to know everything about the Liftoff launch of the longest Arab space mission in history, we talked about it on the show this morning.
We did. It was an incredible show. Casey and I gave each other a lot of space. Because we spoke about space. And then, of course, we spoke about a litter of puppies that are up for adoption by canine friends. So if you're looking to adopt, reach out to them.
I ignored her pun for a reason. And also, guys, massive talk week this morning. A Dubai company has said they are giving menstrual leave to women, and we are all about it, full of support. There's so much praise from the public, and we just need to get behind it. So we talked about it on the show. And then big female focus, because we had the master, the legend, entrepreneur, makeup lady to the stars, Aimee Connolly on the show.
She was incredible. Then Casey and I don't think you guys can see that part, but we had a face-off, me and Aimee, who could master a better liner, and I feel like I won, but you guys need to hear the podcast to actually see what the verdict was.
So here it is.
To hear what the verdict was.
Welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show. Our top story today, Liftoff, the longest Arab space mission in history. Today launches at 9:34 a.m.
We'll also be talking about Dubai company announces paid menstrual and menopause leaves.
A litter of puppies are awaiting adoption at this UAE-based stray adoption shelter.
And top Irish makeup artist and creator of Sculpted by Aimee Connolly.
Aimee Connolly is in the studio. We're going to talk all things starting her beauty empire and how to get that glowing skin. But before we get into all of that, today is launch day, 9:34 a.m., which is T-minus less than an hour. I don't even know. T-minus less than an hour, 9:34 a.m. The longest Arab space mission launches at 9:34. This is the live feed that we're going to have live on Lovin right after the show, directly from NASA at this Kennedy Space Launch Station in Florida. And it looks like all systems are go. So if you watched our show last week, the SpaceX crew mission was scrubbed following a technical difficulty in the final minutes before takeoff. However, today marks the new launch attempt for Crew 6 at 9:34 a.m.
So basically what's happening over here is Sultan Nayadi will represent the UAE as the second Emirati astronaut to ever go to space, and as part of the longest ever Arab space mission, the team of 6 will travel for 22 hours to reach the International Space Station, where they will stay for 6 months. Now this was supposed to happen I think on Monday, was it? It was supposed to happen on Monday, but it got postponed because of technical difficulties they found out right before takeoff, so it got pushed to today.
There was an issue with a type of an oil fluid, and this can happen, and the teams are actually prepped for this to happen. So they do their initial trial and testing. So today they are ready. They are strapped in. They strap in a couple of hours before the flight takes off. And then the whole thing is fascinating. So we have the Twitter feed that gives you live up-to-date minutes, as well as the actual show that you can watch. But what's more fascinating is 22 hours on a flight.
I mean, we anyway spend like almost that much when we go to different continents.
How do you prepare for a 22-hour flight? And I wonder, like, how are they going to keep engaged? Do they have Netflix? Do they have books? Or they just have the view of the earth beneath them floating? That's probably enough.
View of the earth, and then their data that they need to go through and whatever they need to prepare for, and just like the analytics and coordinating with, the station back home.
It's probably more realistic than mine.
Yeah. What's it called? The base station, the headquarters.
Head camp, NASA, Kennedy.
Yeah, just like...
Space words.
What is it? Roger? Houston?
Houston, we have no problems today following the mission being scrubbed last week. But what's really cool is Sultan Al Nayadi is representing the UAE. He's going to be the second Emirati astronaut to ever go to space. Actually, he'll be joined by 2 Saudi astronauts in the International Space Station during the 6-month-long trip. But today marks, hopefully, what will be the longest UAE Arab space mission. And what was cool is that if you're watching the videos on Twitter, you could see his family and friends cheering him on as he walked toward
so cute.
Walked toward the rocket again. And I think it's called like the Dragon launch. The program
the Dragon rocket?
The Dragon rocket. So his family have come together. The UAE astronaut programs team are all there at the Kennedy Space Station. Cruise 6 is preparing to leave. They've just left the checkout
building. Huge moment. All the very best to the entire team. And we also got to know that Al Nayadi went into a 14-day quarantine before the space launch because all the astronauts had to be quarantined before they went on this mission. And let's give you some fun facts about Nayadi. So he's a father of 5 who was born and raised in Al Ain. And before, when they asked him, like, are you nervous? Are you excited? What are your feelings about the launch? He's just like, I'd like to experience this feeling and live on the station. I'm not worried and we're prepared for the most difficult circumstances. There is no kind of fear and tension, but there's enthusiasm and preparedness.
That's the mindset. That's the mindset you need if you're going into space for 6 months. 100%. And his kids, like 5 kids, they must be so proud.
Yeah, very true. Like their father going in as one of the only Arabs in the mission. It's like you said, such a moment of pride for the family and for the country as a whole. So, and hopefully it actually takes off today with no issues, no setbacks.
The weather today is 95%. They're happy with it. So 5% bit of leeway. But as you said, a small step. Dare I say it, a small step for Sultan Al Nayadi, a huge step for UAE and their steps into space exploration. Let's jump in to our next story. A Dubai company announces paid menstrual and menopausal leave. So this is a breakthrough move for private companies in Dubai. A homegrown PR company has announced paid menstrual and menopause leave along with fertility leave. So Tish Tash Communications employs a team of 48 female-only employees, and the new policy will offer staff support on paid leave for fertility-based treatments, menopause and menstrual leave. Employees at the PR company can now take up to 6 days of menopause and menstrual leave per year, which is actually not part of the employee's personal sick leave. The option to work from home where possible to prioritize comfort. Mm-hmm. Amazing. And no requirement for medical certificates from women taking leave to manage symptoms. And 10 days of leave if pregnancy ends before 24 weeks, which is fantastic.
So flexible and unrestricted paid leaves for staff to attend medical appointments while undergoing fertility treatment, both inside and outside of the country, including those wishing to do egg freezing. So that is incredible news from a Dubai-based company, and it's an all-female company. So that's even that much more empowering, and these kind of just regulations put in place shows that you can operate and still, the output would be just as good, if not better, if this kind of flexibility is given to the women workforce.
Well, this is a landmark move. It goes into effect from March 1. And they said it's motivated by research that shows that menopause symptoms are forcing women to leave the workforce. So with an all-female team, they want to keep the talent within the team. So if you're having those types of symptoms, it's like you don't need to leave your work. You can stay in the work. They want to retain the talent. And we posted it yesterday on Instagram. The response was phenomenal. It's one of our top posts this week. So many women are behind this, and it just starts the conversation. And that's why it's important because we're all for equality. Right?
Exactly.
Everyone's equality. However, there must be allowances made for our bodies function differently to men's. And this is a female-focused company that are making those allowances separate to their annual leave. They're giving 6 days for menstrual leave. This isn't a conversation that we've had on the show before. So it's so amazing that this move by this private company could potentially propel the conversation into a more open platform so we can talk about maybe menstrual leave for women across the board.
Very true. And people don't really understand, or they don't fathom just how difficult it gets for every woman. Even women, we don't understand each other. It's
True.
like if my symptoms are not as bad as someone else's, we just think the other person's exaggerating, or, they're overthinking it, they're overplaying it, basically overplaying it. And you don't understand these things. And when women, each person is so different, and their symptoms and their pain thresholds and all of that. 100%. So it's amazing that this company is even giving that leeway to women. And it's like, if you are facing these kind of pains, and if your cramps are bad, if your symptoms are bad, just stay at home, work from home, or that flexibility is so important. And especially after COVID, when everyone really just, craves that flexibility in their workforce, especially during these times when you need it the most, that's when this company is giving it to them. So it's just brilliant.
And it's menstrual leave. And then it's also, 10 days leave off work if your pregnancy ends before 24 weeks. That's actually trailblazing, not just here in the UAE, but in many countries, because if a pregnancy ends, like the emotional trauma that someone can go through is just, it can be horrific. So to know that the company is allowing for that is amazing. And also flexible and unrestricted leave for staff to attend medical appointments if they wish to undergo fertility treatment. So just to, and no need for medical certificates, including those who wish to do egg freezing. So there's just a lot of policies being put in place that are very pro-women and very pro-flexibility in the workplace, which is amazing. Tina DXB says, amazing initiative. It's time to consider that while we all want to be equal, we don't function all the same. And having additional days off during that time of the month is standard in some countries. So well done to Tish Tash for bringing it to the fore.
Honestly, major props to Tish Tash. And now let's talk about Canine Friends. Amazing organizations doing brilliant things. So a litter of puppies are awaiting adoption at this UAE-based straight adoptions shelter. So you know what they say, right? You can't buy happiness, but you sure can rescue it. And if you have the ability, lifestyle, finance to care for helpless little furballs, do consider adopting a stray. Now, adopting pets from animal shelters can rescue organizations is a far better choice than buying pets from pet shops or breeders, and here is why.
So really important, do not support these animal mills, puppy mills and other breeding facilities which prioritize profit over animal welfare. The health benefits, by the way, adopted pets are often healthier than pets sold in shops because they've already been vaccinated and screened for health issues. And also it's not just like a breeding farm. It's cost effective. It's a lot cheaper to rescue than it is to buy. I think some of these like paid for animals can go up to thousands and thousands of dirhams.
Oh my gosh, 7,000, 9,000, yes.
While if you're adopting, you usually potentially might pay for the vaccination, you pay a small fee, but it's never in the same realm. Breed variety, emotional benefits. Adopting a pet can positively impact your emotional well-being, reduce stress, anxiety, and depression.
And by choosing to adopt rather than shop, you can make a difference in the lives of animals and contribute to a better world, of course. And speaking of which, Canine Friends, an adoption shelter which helps stray dogs in the UAE, is calling upon residents to adopt or foster from their adorable litter of puppies that are in need of loving homes.
And the adoption process to give these tailed angels a forever home is fairly straightforward. So first, if you live in an apartment, you will need a no objection certificate stating that you're allowed to have a dog. Tenants out there, let's allow it. Buildings out there, let's allow it. It's important to note that puppies under 6 months will not be homed to apartments.
And then Canine Friends will conduct a pre-appointment phone interview to understand your needs and general lifestyle. You also need to be over 21 years of age to apply, and the organization will meet you and every household member, including any housekeepers and any other dogs you have, just to see which puppy matches you well. And there will also be some paperwork involved. And here are a few other stray animal organizations you can reach out to if you're looking to adopt or foster or volunteer or even sponsor. So there is Sharjah Cat and Dog Shelter, there's Russell Khaimah Animal Welfare Center, and there's Stray Dog Center UAQ.
Amazing, because yes, we shared the story about Stray Dog Center.
Yes.
But there are many
Canine Friends.
Canine Friends, but there are many adoption shelters across the UAE. They all need our help. They all need our support. And if you can't adopt, consider rescuing. And it's these cute little stories that always bring the conversation forward. But there's so many other stories that we don't even have time to share, or we don't get the opportunity to share.
Exactly.
But if you are interested, just get in touch with them. But that is the top stories for today, guys. We're going to go back to this. Before, I think, 9:15, we're going to have this live streamed on our feed. But now, we're going to be joined by Irish renowned makeup artist, the creator of Sculpted by Aimee, Aimee Connolly. She's going to be with us right after this. She's going to teach us how to get the glow. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We are joined by renowned makeup artist, the founder of makeup brand Sculpted by Aimee, the best in the biz to guarantee you that glow. Welcome to the show, Aimee Connolly. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Not at all.
So the glow that we're talking about, you have it. Are you putting? Do you have your products on right now? Is it all natural?
I am lathered in products. It also is the heat over here, I would say, that we're not used to in Ireland.
No, we don't look like this.
No, we definitely celebrate grow. We're all about kind of easy routines that make you feel great, and you really don't need loads of time to complete them either.
Do you have the dream job? Because like when everyone loves, we're girls, we love makeup and we look at products all the time, and you've gone out and you've made your own makeup brand. Is it the dream job?
It is. Like, I'm really lucky. I genuinely love what I do. I would say there's loads of work in it, probably way more than what people see. We're a team of 34 people. So it's, it's not just Aimee goes to the factory and it's like, woo, this is the gorgeous product that we're going to launch. So it takes an army. But yeah, it's so exciting. And we're just, launching new products, launching in new territories. And every day is very different. That I can absolutely guarantee you. But yes, dream job is qualified.
Dreamy.
Yeah. So how did you even get into makeup, or how did you know this was your calling?
So I've been a makeup artist for the last 14 years. It's so weird to say 14 years now because I'm like, wow, I'm really getting older. Like I started when I was so young. And I loved makeup when I was working part-time for different makeup counters. I opened my own academy, so I was teaching makeup, I was doing TV, bridal, etc., etc. So got great experience across loads of different areas. But then I studied business and French. So then I got to a stage where I was like, oh, I'm going to graduate now. I love business, but I don't want to give up makeup. Let's bring the two together and launch a brand.
Launch a brand, but it's like 6 years, 40 products. What was like the first product? So what was the brand inspired by, and what was the first product that you were like if you were making a makeup brand, you'd think, what do I want people to have? What do I want people to have in their makeup bag?
So I, even before my time in the brand, being a makeup artist and probably coming from teaching people all the time, always liked to make it easy. It was like, take the fuss out of it. Like, this is in an era where contouring was like 3 sponges, 4 brushes, 5 concealers, 3 foundations. Yeah. Just take 60 minutes out of your day and boom, you're contoured. And it was like, no, it doesn't have to be that complicated. So I've always taken that approach. That's still with us to this day. Like, we very much celebrate a 5-minute face with lots of glow. And just make it
Love
easy.
Love that 5-minute face.
Yeah, but like we're so, it's equally parts lazy as well as being creative of how you can get it on that quick. But we're a big fan of multi-purpose products that can do a few things for you. So yeah, I think my ethos as a makeup artist is very much transferred into the brand and kind of how we approach a signature style or look.
Okay, so people, so there's a saying in Korea, and it's like when you first go on a date with a woman, take them swimming. So they say, a lot of men say that, makeup is like deception and you just don't know what's behind that face. What do you have to say about that? Is makeup a way of just like defrauding, like frauding men, or is it like a way of enhancing some, woman's beauty?
I would totally take the approach of enhancing, and I think it's everyone's own decision how they wear the makeup and how they want to feel good, and I'm all for that. I think we very much promote a slightly more natural kind of radiant finish, because like that, you want someone to recognize you for who you are as a person and think, wow, they look great, instead of, wow, they look like a different human. So yeah, we're definitely not about masking, but I love that approach of take them swimming. I might actually do that.
We don't want to go swimming on our first date.
Waterproof makeup, please. The men are onto us.
But you actually wrote, you're big in tans, and like tans. Can you describe fake tan to maybe Simran, because it's like the obsession with the fake tan, and would you say you're obsessed?
I am obsessed. I am what's known as a lobster skin. So I go pink, freckle, back to white. And everyone's like, just live in the sun. I'm like, guys, I have no melanin. Like my mom told me years ago, you are never going to tan. It's over. So tan is basically a false bronze that we'll add on to ourselves to make ourselves feel a little bit more sun-kissed and a bit more glowy and bronzy when we can't get it naturally, which to be honest, most of us should be doing because it's very dangerous in the sun.
And yours has a factor?
Yes. So a lot of our products would promote an SPF at the base of them. I know you referenced Korea there. We produce about 70% of our range in South Korea because their skincare ingredients are just phenomenal. So SPF would be in all of our complexion products.
That's amazing.
Obviously, you need to wear your proper SPF at the base, but having it in your complexion product after is just an extra bonus between the levels of SPF 30 and 50. And then Beauty Base is our multi-purpose primer, and that has broad spectrum SPF 30. So that's totally perfect to use as your everyday SPF, provided you use enough, which is the same for any product.
Oh my God, we have so many questions for you. Starting with, we have like 1 billion products out in the market. You have serums, you have creams, you have SPFs, you have toners. What are the steps? Like, what comes first? What comes last? What comes in between?
Someone who's being introduced.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to overcomplicate it. So there's definitely a more detailed routine that you could do beyond this.
Okay, so we have like an SPF, we have moisturizer, and we have a foundation, and we have cream. How does it work?
Okay, so we're going to cleanse.
Okay.
If it's at night, you're going to cleanse twice. But say we'll take a day routine. So you're going to cleanse. You can do a lotion or a toner if you want. You're going to moisturize. You're going to SPF. That SPF can be a primer. It can be a pore filler SPF. It can be a glow bestowing SPF. You can mix what you want. Your SPF could also be in your moisturizer if you're trying to condense what you're going to do. You're going to prime. You're going to put your foundation on. Then you can put your concealer on. Then you can put your blusher on. And then you're going to be fabulous.
Where does the serum come in all of this?
So that depends. So I just did a simplified, if you want, routine. The serum would always come before moisturizer. The handiest tip, I think, when it comes to skincare, given there can be lots of products, is take the thinnest consistency and apply it first. So your serum will usually be looser, more fluid, maybe a dropper. Your moisturizer is usually a little bit richer. So your moisturizer always goes on top to seal it all in.
Okay.
What is like the after the show? She's gonna
yeah. Could you say that again?
What is the biggest like skincare or makeup mistake that people are making?
Over applying. I think like we launched one of our newest products called Cloud Cream, which is a ceramide moisturizer. And I've been obsessed with ceramide as an ingredient deliberately because I feel that people have overdone it with actives, particularly over lockdown. It was like we all had all this time when the world was like, great, let's lash everything on our face and possibly burn or impair the barrier because we've all this time. So I think being careful about products that you're choosing that are actually suited to you. And then in terms of makeup, I think overcomplicating the layers of everything. Actually, if you do less is more, you don't have to wear like no makeup, but less is more in terms of how you build, and the finish is generally nicer.
Okay, so for acne, a lot of people have severe issues with acne and they use makeup as a way of covering them. But do you think that's the right way to do it, or does that, just aggravate acne and pimples? So what is the best way to deal with that?
So I think everything starts with your skincare routine. I think makeup will only go so far at fixing it for that 10 to 12 hour period that you're going to wear. So you have to look at your skincare. So things like salicylic acid or something that's blemish fixing will be great in terms of your routine at the base of it to really cure it. I think makeup is brilliant to give you that confidence boost because when you have impacted skin, it can really affect your confidence as well. So using something that's mineral is typically better because it's not going to clog your pores. So for example, our Second Skin SPF base that I mentioned is a mineral non-comedogenic base. So if you went to a dermatologist, for example, they'd probably likely say something like that is healthier on the skin. So it's not going into the skin and causing more breakouts. But in general, cleaning your face well, not overdoing it, taking a break from products if you can as well. Because it's a very, very common skin condition. We all go through it and we all know how crappy it feels when you are.
So you're saying with all kind of skin types, it's the foundation that matters. It's the serums you put on before the primer and how you prep your skin before you put on the makeup? I
think it makes a big difference. Don't get me wrong. Your foundation and concealer choice is equally as important in terms of like, is it suited to your skin type? Is it oil-free? Is it going to give a dewy finish? Is it more of a matte finish if that's what you want? But a lot of it does have to start with your skin routine. It's like people will say, oh yeah, my makeup never lasts on me. And I'm like, oh, what are you using? And they're like, well, I wash my face with water and soap. And then I put on my makeup. And I'm like, okay, we're missing so many vital steps here to actually give yourself a nice finish. And if you don't have hydration in the skin and it's not primed the best way it can be, it's just going to slip off or flake.
Okay, interesting.
So we need to check our shelf later and go, do we have all of these products?
Are we prepped? A lot of people are, when they go into a makeup store, they're looking for cruelty and animal-free products. How difficult was it to actually create a brand that is cruelty-free?
Being totally honest, it wasn't that difficult. I feel like it's an approach that should be just a given in the world right now. We are very proud to be vegan and cruelty free. We also got our Leaping Bunny certification last year. That was the most difficult part. It was the physical paperwork and the admin to do that. And I have full kudos to the team because it actually, when you get through that process and you get approved, you understand how rigorous it is and actually how important it is in terms of how much they check that brands that are coming through are actually of that certification level. So ironically, even though we only got approved last year, nothing has actually changed in terms of our system of how we produce things. But I think firstly, looking at your factories, making sure they have all the certs in place that they can actually claim to be cruelty free and use vegan raw materials. But there's so many options now that there are ways around things for a brand that wants to be fully vegan.
But what made you decide to go vegan and cruelty free and just be on the line of ethics and not be like, okay, I'll take the easy way out and just do it like everyone else?
That's a really good question. I don't think I've ever thought about it because to me it was just, again, such a given that why would you not? You know, I think anyone who wants to claim or wants to promote a cruelty element in their products, I would never want to entertain. So I think for me as a person, even prior to the brand, I would have been quite specific about maybe what brands were doing, how they were organizing themselves and how their processes were. And I think so much has changed in the last few years as well in terms of like the awareness levels around this topic, the expectations from people also. So it's only going to get better from brands that maybe aren't like ourselves and are fully cruelty-free and vegan.
Well, it's amazing what you guys are doing, and you're launching in the UAE now, and it's available at Faces, which is super cool. But what's next? And by the way, we're going to do a little tip on how to do winged eyeliner very shortly, so do stay tuned. But like global domination for Sculpted by Aimee, or what's
casual.
on the dream bucket list?
We're just going to take over the globe tomorrow, so it's going to be really easy. No, I think new territory expansion is very much in our line of sight. We launched across the UK last year. We're obviously arrived to the Middle East this year. And those markets take a lot of work. So the plan now is to be sure that we nurture them and kind of gain as much awareness as we can and shout about the fact that we're here and get our products into as many people's makeup bags as we can. So yeah, keep doing what we do along with new products as well.
So before we get into the game, just want to ask you any hacks or tips you have, like how people go like, okay, if you don't have a blush, you just like smudge a little bit of your lipstick on your cheeks, or like how to get rid of blackheads, you do a steam and then you just use one of those utensils and like squeeze out the blackheads instead of going to a salon or a spa.
Yeah.
So what other hacks or tips could you share?
One thing I always get asked about is mascara falling or creasing on the eyes. So no, you look good. So I would say when you apply your under eye mascara, run your ring finger very lightly over your bottom lashes while you've just applied it. You'll catch any excess that might fall or cause panda eyes later on. So you're not trying to take anything off. You're just doing a light removal. There's another thing, if you apply your eyeliner at the side of your finger and you do a little swipe there, sometimes you can create a hint of a flick that takes away from the difficulty, I suppose. And I know we're going to cover flicks. And the other thing is around lips. A lot of people are terrified of lip liner. You shouldn't be. It's my favorite thing ever. So if you apply your lipstick first and then do your lip liner around it, it kind of softens it because the consistency of the lipstick is usually a bit creamier. So you can manage your lip shape a bit better.
Wow, the finger one is just genius.
Yeah.
I never thought of it.
But you're good at eyeliner.
You are. Your eyeliner looks great.
I didn't put any, but it's the bottom.
Well, let's put Simran's eyeliner to the test, because what we're going to do now is we're going to look for the perfect winged eyeliner with Aimee Connolly. Simran's going to go first. She's going to do my left eye. Amy's going to do my right eye. And then you guys can judge who's done it best.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool.
There's 3 products for eyeliner.
There's 3 products here.
Okay, guys, send us your votes on Instagram, wherever you're watching from. Vote for me.
Okay. What do we have here?
I need to stand for this. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to go first? No, I think I should go first.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I think, Simran, you're probably only going to use one product. She's got 3.
I'm just going to use one, yeah.
Okay.
You have liner with you, or are you going to use this one?
This one.
Okay. So this is a brown pencil, just FYI to the people.
Okay.
Which is good for my skin tone, I believe.
Yes.
Oh,
Slash the only one I had in my makeup bag.
Are you excited?
So, do you want my eye open or closed?
Close, please.
Okay.
So you have to give us tips as you apply this.
So I'm going to give Casey a beautiful butterfly wing liner.
No, do it proper.
This is our arts and crafts creative session.
This is why we don't let Simran...
I want you to look like a butterfly.
The thing is, Simran is incredibly talented at eyeliner.
I was going to say, the butterfly would probably look really cool now.
And this was
It's
your...
going to catch on, Casey. You just watch.
It'd be like in the morning, trending, butterfly eyeliner everywhere.
Any other tips, Simran? Oh. Obviously, I can feel that the pencil is going below my eye, creating a dark shadow. What are your thoughts on dark shadows and how to cover them while Simran is...
Oh, wow.
You look stunning. It's actually really pretty.
I have a mirror for you.
Okay.
It's actually so...
Okay, guys, so that is a...
No, look at this.
Casey, come on.
If you know what, Aimee Connolly is about to do my eyeliner, and if you have ruined the tip of that with yours...
It's the dots for me. Okay, so I am going to go through some kind of key tips for liner, knowing that it's always one of the most asked questions. So first, I'm using a kohl pencil. You can use liquid gel, shadow if you want. So I'm going to start about 3/4 the way into the eye, and I'm going to shade this along the lash line. So typically where I am now towards the outer corner, you want that to be thicker, but you want in here to be thinner. So you want to have a graduating line as you go through.
So beautiful.
I also have an angle brush with me. This is so helpful if you want to get into those little areas. So don't be worried about doing it all with the pencil, because the pencil is sometimes too thick and it's going to dictate the shape for you. So I'm getting it right into the lash line, particularly if you're fairer. Make sure you really paint the lash line so you have no gap in between that and the liner. Next thing, I would always have my brows done. For me, when I'm doing the flick, I'm flicking out towards the end of that brow and not up into the brow. So you actually do get a flick effect. So I'm going to take a little bit of that liner out. We've got a little bit of excess. Then I'm going to go to my angle brush. I'm going to use a tip of that to create a nice tapered finish.
Oh, that's good.
And draw back in. And open up for me. You always want to open up to see, is this the right shape? Is it not?
Can you see?
And it's so nice. And a lovely little tip, which definitely helps all of us, is take a small bit of concealer.
Imagine being able to do this every morning.
Take a small bit of concealer and that brush, or a flat brush, whatever you have, and just draw it up alongside it and tap away any excess that you draw with you. But sometimes that's all you need to give it that little bit of a tapered finish, and it's sharpened.
It's a perfect liner. It's even better than Kylie Jenner's tutorial, honestly.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
No, really, it's so good.
So natural.
Me and
So
Kylie are so similar.
It's the angle brush.
Yeah, it's so helpful. But I think regardless, like, if you're scared of a flick, having a kohl pencil like I've done today and just taking your finger and smudging it is sometimes equally lovely, just for like a
kohl
smoked
pencil
effect.
and smudging it?
Yeah, just take your ring finger and just run it alongside it.
And then what if you have an eyeliner, like a pen? Then how do you use the angle brush for that?
You wouldn't need it for the pen.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's kind of got that tip already on it.
Oh.
At the opposite end of this duo liner, which is so helpful if you look all the way up towards the ceiling, we have a nude pencil, which is going to brighten the waterline. That's naturally more red. So if you're tired, if you haven't slept as much, it's like the best duo for brightening and defining.
You know what? I really like my eyeliner better,
amazing.
but it's fine. It's good.
No offense to the big tutorial. The butterfly might have won, but
this
listen.
lightning one is amazing. Aimee Connolly, what a star. Sculpted by Aimee is now available across the UAE in Faces stores, I believe.
It is indeed.
Thank you so much. If only you could come in every single morning. We love you. We love your work, and you're doing amazing things. So thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Guys, that is all we have time for. T-minus 18 minutes until the launch. We're going to go back live to the launch right now, but thank you as always, and we're back tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
This show is brought to you by the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.